Good morning all of you. Welcome to the session on FIFO method, which normally we use to issue the materials from the stores department to the production department. So now we shall talk about the one by one from the given information, and we will get the solution. How to solve the problem from the given information by using the FIFO method. Today we will discuss about this problem. So given information is January 2nd purchased 4,000 units at the rate 4 rupees per unit. Whenever we receive goods, normally the store's ledger account consisting of broadly 3 columns: receipts, issues, balance, and one more is date, particulars. So we shall write the given date of transaction in the date column. Then we write the whether we have received the goods, whether we have issued the goods, we have to write in the particulars column. Then in the receipts column again we have further 3 columns. Number 1 is quantity, number 2 is rate per unit, number 3 is amount column. Means whenever we receive the goods from stores, or whenever we other stores we receive the goods, we have to take the quantity in units, rate in rupees, amount in total. The same procedure will be followed in case of issues also. That is quantity, rate, amount. The same procedure will be followed. Balance column. In balance column also we have to follow the quantity, rate, amount. Now we will see the given transactions one by one. The first transaction is January 2nd purchased 4,000 units at the rate 4 rupees. So purchased units means you have to write the date column January 2. Goods received note number. That means 4,000 at the rate 4 rupees. 4,000 into 4 rupees comes to the value of 16,000. Is it clear? I hope. Now, is there any information to write in the issue column? No issue. So that's why just you put a hyphen. Then you come to the balance column. Balance column means whatever the stock available with us, that should be recorded in the balance column. That is available units, 4,000 units. Rate per unit 4 rupees. Then the total amount of units is 16,000. So now you understand that whenever we receive goods, we have to enter into the particulars column goods received note number, and you enter the data in the receipts column, and you put the hyphen mark in the issue column. Then you record in the issue column. That finishes. Now we will go to the second transaction. January 20 purchased 500 units at the rate 5 rupees per unit. Now we will follow the same procedure. Means we have purchased how many units? 500 units. Goods received note number 500 units at the rate 5 rupees. 500 into 5 rupees comes to the value of 2,500. Now any information here, any issues? No information. So just you put a hyphen mark. Then you go to the balance column. In balance column you write the previous amount of quantity as well as the amount of quantity received today also. So that's why 4,000 units at the rate 4 rupees comes to the 16,000. Then today we have received the 500 units at the rate 5 rupees. Then that is 2,500. So the total amount of worth of stock is 18,500. So this is with regard to the whenever we receive the goods, we have to follow this procedure. Okay. Now the given transaction on February 5th issued 2,000 units at the rate the rate. Normally the rate is not given because we have to issue it. Okay, fine. Now the requisition slip number. Whenever we issue the, we write in the particular column requisition slip number. Then you come to the receipts column. Is there anything to write? Nothing, because we are issuing the stock. Now you directly come to the issue column. How many units we have to issue here? 2000 units. I will tell you each and everything. How many units we are supposed to issue here? 2000 units. Now we have to think of. On what? On the method of issue of materials. Now we are following the P4 method. P4 method means first in, first out. First in, first out. That means we have to look at the balance. So whenever look at the balance, we have the 4000 units at the 4 rupees per unit, 500 units at the rate 5 rupees per unit. So shall we take the 2000 units from the 4000 units? Yes, because we have the sufficient amount of stock is there. From the 4000 units, we have to issue the 2000 units. At what rate? At the rate of 4 rupees per unit. That means 2000 into 4 rupees comes to the value of 8000. Okay. Now again we have to think of here. We have issued the 2000 units out of the 4000 units. So what is the remaining units here? That is 2000 units. At what rate? At the rate of 4 rupees per unit. So 2000 at the rate 4 rupees per unit will be written as 8000. Okay. Next, what is the remaining balance? Again we have the 500 units at the rate 5 rupees per unit. So that also can be written in the balance column. So that's why you record the 500 units at the rate 5 rupees 2500. The total worth of stock as on the date is 10,500 units. So here, dear students, you understand that when you follow the P4 method, you take the units from the first lot. If it exhausted, then you go to the next lot. If it exhausted, you go to the next lot. Whenever we issue the stock, that is the method of procedure in issuing the stock. Okay, fine. Now we will come to the February 10th. On February 10th, again we have received the goods, that is worth rupees 6000 units at the rate 60 rupees per unit comes to the value of 36,000. Is there any issues here? No issues. So simply you put a hyphen. Then here we have to record the balance column. In balance column, if rates are different, you record separately. If the rates are same, you record total. Have you understood? If the given rates are differ in the balance column, you record in the separately in the balance column. If the given rates are same, you record total. Okay, that is how I explain. Now, what is the previous balance? 2000 units. At what rate? 4 rupees. Again 500 units is there. At what rate? 5 rupees. So that is the reason we are writing in separate. If the rate are both are 4 rupees, we can combine it, no problem. Is it clear? Now today how many units we have received? We have received again 6000 units. At what rate we have received? We have received at a rate of 6 rupees. So that comes to the value of 36. So the total worth of stock as on the date is 46,500. I hope you understand very clearly. We have to record in the balance column separately when the prices are different. If the prices are same, you can write combined. Is it clear here? Right. Now we will come to the 12th February. Again we have issued the goods. How many units we have issued here? We have issued here 4000 units. Okay. Now again you listen very carefully here. If If you understand this step, it is very easy. We have to issue here 4,000 units. Okay. Now we have to immediately check out the balance available. Balance available. How many units first? 2,000 units. So that's why first of all you take the 2,000 units as it is. And how many more amount of units we have to require? Remaining 2,000 units. Totally we have to issue the 4,000 units. First of all we have to take the first lot. This is the first lot. Then we have to go to the next lot. How many units available? 500 units. To take the 500 units at the rate 5 rupees. How many units we require? 1,500 units we require more. 1,500 units more units we require. Now we will go to the third lot. From 6,000 we have to take the 1,500 units. So then we have to finish the writing the 6 rupees, that is 8,000, 2,500, 9,000. And then what is the remaining balance? That means 6,000 minus 1,500 will come to the 4,500. At what rate? 6 rupees. 6 rupees can be written. The total is 27,000. So today is the stock. Worth of stock is 27,000. Is it clear to here? Now we will come to the again the issue. We have issued the 1,000 units. At what rate? What is available stock? 4,500. From this we have to issue the 1,000 units. So the rate is 6 rupees. 6,000. Out of 4,000 units we have issued the 1,000. What is the remaining stock? 3,500. Okay. Then you have to write. At what rate? 6 rupees. So the total stock worth is 21,000. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Next we will come to the next one. On March 5th, requisition slip number, again we have issued the 2,000 units. The 2,000 units at what rate? 6 rupees. 2,000 into 6, 12,000. See here, we have issued the 2,000 units. Out of
3,500.
3,500 units, whenever we issue the 2,000, 1,500 is available. Okay? Then the rate is 6 rupees. 9. Then we have received the 4,500 units. At what rate? 5.50. Total comes to the 24,750. So this again we have to write. This previous year is 1,500. Today we have received the 4,500 units. This is at the rate of 6 rupees. This is at the rate of 5.50. The total comes to the 33,750 rupees. What stock is available at the department. Okay. Now we will come to the last but not least. We have issued again. We have issued the how many units? We have issued the 3,000 units. Sorry, 3,000 units. Okay, fine. 3,000 units. Whenever we issue the stock, you have to check out the balance. What is the balance available here? 1,500 units as well as 4,500 units. First of all, we have to take the from the 1,500 units. That is 1,500 units at the rate 6 rupees. Then comes to the 9,000. What is the required remaining amount to be required? 1,500. 1,500 has to be taken from the 4,500 units. So that's why we have to take the 5.50 paisa. Then we have taken. The total is the 9,900, 8,250. The remaining is out of 4,500 units we have issued the 1,500. What is the remaining? 3,000. The closing stock is 3,000 units at the rate 5.50. 16,500. Now at the end of this, the value of closing stock is 16,500. And the end of the units of the closing stock is 3,000. So with this we have finished the stores ledger account by following the P4 method. I hope you understand. Once again I tell you, listen to me very carefully. While you prepare the stores ledger account following the P4 method, you write date in the date column. Particular column, you just write the goods received note or requisition slip number. Whenever we issue, you write the requisition slip number. Whenever we receive, goods receive note number. And whenever we receive, you write in the receipt column. Whenever we issue, you write in the issue column. Then the balance should be written in the balance column. And one more thing is, you always issue the stock from the earlier lot. After completion of the earlier lot, then you go to the next lot. After completion of the next lot, then you go to the another next lot. This is the procedure to issue the stock from the stores department to the production department. With this, we finish the today's class. Thank you very much.